Hi everyone, Empowering Survivors here with Alex, and we're talking about Maui and the disaster there after the wildfires. And it turns out that there are thousands of animals still missing. Some could be pets, some could be just from different animals that they had on the property, and other animals that may still be missing. In addition to the beloved animals, there are also people still missing. And the last count that I saw, about 114, if I'm not mistaken, people have been confirmed that have died from the wildfires. Of course, there's also animals and pets who also died. And we're seeing all these different, hearing these different accounts of people trying to flee from Lahaina and getting caught in their cars with their family members, kids, and their beloved pets. So let's just take a moment of silence for them and praying for them, their souls, and also their families who are now grieving their loss. And now we're going to dive in and talk more about the search, rescue, and recovery efforts for the animals in Maui. And before we do that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you join our empowering family where we cover missing persons, survivor stories, and we like to be the voice for the voiceless, supporting victims in advocacy and justice. And so let's go ahead and dive in. So there's a bird sanctuary in Maui that was under fire. And so it says that the Maui Center houses some of the world's rarest birds, and staff saved it from the flames. The Maui Bird Conservation Center houses critically endangered Hawaii birds found nowhere else on Earth, including some currently extinct in the wild. So I thought this was really cool. Let's see if we can watch this. And is there volume? Okay, this just must be the CCTV. So see people running. Looks like they're getting hoses over here. Lots of winds. And that's the thing, lots of winds. And then you get the fire moves faster, right? When there's lots of high winds. So there they are trying to put out the fires. Wanted to share some other doggy. There are some vets that are finding, like humane societies are finding dogs and pets and also taking care of them. So that's become a whole huge. And actually, I had a story here that I don't know why I don't find the link now, but there's actually canines that are going, canine units that are going to search for humans, for missing persons, right? Because there's all missing still, going to find missing persons. And of course, if there's pets or animals or others that are missing, the dogs, the canines can help find those as well. And unfortunately, I did read that they're, in some cases, they're not doing search and rescue. They're doing search and recovery. So they're getting cadaver dogs that are looking for dead bodies, unfortunately. But it is the reality if still so many people are missing, that either they died in the fire or they died in the ocean. So but hopefully the canines do find some of the missing people and are able, if some of them are alive, that they're able to reunite with their families. And so I wanted to show, let's do the vets. Maui vets race to save injured pets left behind in the fires. 3,000 animals still missing. It might take days or weeks to really understand the extent of the damage. See if we can listen here.
And reunite them with their efforts grow in Hawaii. The Maui Humane Society says it has been working to rescue missing pets, treat those that are injured, and reunite them with their owners. Will Carr has more from Maui. How will?
Terry, a little bit of good news, and we haven't had much of it on the island of Maui today. For the first time, the road behind me is open. This leads to West Maui, allowing residents to go in for the first time in more than a week to see what's left. You can see those orange cones leading up, and traffic is actually moving. In the days before this, there was a long line of cars. Today, they're finally allowed to go in to see, like I said, what's left. They also are looking for the missing. There's still hundreds of people missing, and there's an estimated 3,000 pets that are missing. We spoke with the Maui Humane Society. They said that roughly around 60 pets have been brought in, and many have gone through severe trauma. They have terrible injuries. Take a listen to Katie Shannon with the Maui Humane Society.
We've had some animals come in, we are assuming with smoke inhalation, and we are treating them for that. But we have also seen severe burns, cats that look, I don't think that their owner may even know that it is their cat, because they look so burnt. Their ears are burnt, their faces are burnt. It's just incredibly severe.
Really a gut-wrenching portrayal of what they're dealing with, but there have been some silver linings, owners being able to reunite with their pets. There's one dog named Roman who was with a dog sitter when the fire broke out. The dog sitter jumped into the ocean. We're told Roman didn't want to go, and he was missing for a couple of days. A bystander found him, took him into the Humane Society, and through his microchip, they were able to reunite Roman with his family, and they tell me that is one of the biggest things that they've done here, that they are leaning into, is being able to reunite families with their pets, and that is why they are working 24/7. Terry.
Well, that is a great story, Will, given how important these pets are to us. Thanks very much for that.
Of course. I can just imagine. I mean, pets are part of the family, right? So let's see here. Because thousands of pets in Maui are currently missing. And here are some of the dogs being treated. Shannon talked about a dog that the Humane Society named Katniss after the Hunger Games character who was found by a Lahaina firefighter. Katniss, who suffered burns to paws and bones, was given to a medical transporter who drove the dog to the Humane Society offices. Oh, look at these babies. Yeah, poor babies for real. Poor babies. Oh. Our animal care staff, humane enforcement, and volunteers were actually able to transport her from the car into the veterinary clinic, and we immediately attended to her pain and the medical needs that she needs. But you can tell that the animal was truly in shock. She's in a lot of pain that is being monitored, and we are really hoping for a positive outcome. This reminds me of that horrible wildfire that was, I believe it was in either Australia or New Zealand, but that went on for a really long time, and you had these koalas in shock, and they were burned and they were dehydrated, and it's just so sad. At least dogs can run really fast, right? I mean, koalas have to go up on trees. But of course, at the rate that the fires were going through Lahaina, I don't even know what dogs or cats or other animals would have thought to do. It's so sad. The Humane Society has had 367 reports of lost pets and is urging pet owners to file a loss report to facilitate identifying and matching any found animal. So here they're treating them for, I guess, smoke inhalation. Right, because it's not just, one of the things that happens with fire, it's not just the actual flames. People can die or be injured by the smoke. Oh, this is a dog named Roman. Dog named Roman was with a dog sitter who jumped into the water to flee the fire, but the pet didn't jump in. According to the Humane Society, Roman was found Thursday and treated at the Humane Society for burns to its paws, legs, back, and body. Roman? The dog had a microchip and its owners were notified and they were reunited. That's why we are here. We love animals. Yes, 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 yes. And let me see if I can pull up there was another article about dogs as well. Dogs with paws burnt down to the bone. Oh, it's so sad. Animal rescuers on Maui have been seeing horrifically injured pets, including dogs with paws burned down to the bone. So before I forget, there are some fundraisers for not only missing people, but also for pets. So if I find any of those, I'll make sure to share those fundraisers as well. The deadliest U.S. wildfire, in more than a century, has also left hundreds of pets dead and injured, with an estimated 3,000 animals still reported missing in the epicenter in Lahaina. We have seen animals come through our shelters that have severe, severe burns. We have seen dogs that have essentially had their paws all the way burnt down to the bone from running from the fire. That is so sad. And here, is this little Roman? I think this might be little Roman. Oh, little Roman has his legs wrapped up all the way through his hip. Sweet, sweet Roman. Besides dogs and cats, the Humane Society has been caring for lovebirds, guinea pigs, and rabbits. A chicken had both scorched claws wrapped with blue medical tape. We even have a pig here. And a little dog. Oh, look at that sweet face. Oh, here's a chicken. All those carriers. Found animals are checked for identification and scanned for a microchip so owners may be contacted. The Maui Humane Society has asked that dead animals not be moved or destroyed so they can be cataloged and checked for identification. But this is only the beginning. People need to understand that we are in the midst of this, and there's a harsh reality to come. Okay, so let's continue. So this is coming right from the county of Maui, and it was posted on the Saturday the 19th, and it says the county of Maui coordinating assistance to pets and animals impacted by wildfires. Because the wildfire disaster area is restricted to authorized personnel only, recovery and other emergency response operators have been instructed to report any stray animal sightings to the Maui County Emergency Operations Center. The information will then be provided to Humane Society experts so they can safely support the reported animals. At this time, media and residents are not allowed in the disaster area as significant hazards exist. The Maui Humane Society continues to search the perimeters of the affected area. Many animals, especially cats, will show remarkable abilities to survive the fire. However, it is important to continually observe and monitor pets and animals. Surviving pets and animals from the burn site may have burns, physical injuries, and exposure to hazardous materials, and may have inhaled, absorbed through injured skin, or ingested ash and hazardous substances, such as asbestos or hazardous chemicals. If you encounter a stray animal impacted by one of the fires, it should first be stabilized if severely dehydrated, unable to walk, in shock, or appears otherwise severely ill. Once stabilized, pets and animals should be decontaminated by responders, including bathing with water and a mild shampoo until all visible ash is removed. After decontamination, some pets may need to be hospitalized, but most will be able to be returned to the owner or to an emergency pet shelter. Once properly decontaminated, the pets are not hazardous to their owners or handlers. Pets should be observed closely for several weeks and treated by a veterinarian if signs of illness are observed. While there could be long-term health consequences, most surviving pets will be able to live normal lives. Maui Humane Society is the main emergency shelter on island and currently providing shelter and emergency care to 88 animals affected by the fires. If pets need to be taken off island or need emergency assistance or placement, the Maui Humane Society can also assist with those efforts. Recognizing that some families are displaced and may need temporary assistance with sheltering pets, Home to Home and Bissell Pet Foundation's Animal Incident Management Initiative are assisting with finding temporary placement. Home to Home is also offering temporary foster care, which is now open to all animals, including horses and lizards and everything in between. Oh, wow, that's so cool. To register your pet on Home to Home or to create a profile to foster a pet, you can visit, and there's a link here, home-home.org, click foster your pet or become a foster home to create a profile. That's really, really cool. I'm so glad that they're doing that. At shelters, the American Red Cross is working on pet reunification efforts. There are currently 71 pets housed with families in non-congregate shelters. For families who want to relinquish their pets, Hawaii Animal Rescue Foundation is coordinating taking animals to no-kill shelters. For additional information or questions, please contact the Maui Humane Society by calling this number and or emailing the Humane Society. For those accessing areas outside of the disaster area, the county urges individuals to continue to avoid all burn areas and do not enter any areas where structures were burned until you receive a clearance from authorities. So that's really great news that the Humane Society and these other organizations are not only rescuing the animals, but they're also trying to find foster homes and obviously reunifying any missing pet with their families. There's clearly been so much devastation in Maui, not only, of course, to humans who have lost their lives, many still missing, but also the wildlife and, of course, the pets. Some people, and this happens in all natural disasters, including hurricanes and tornadoes and other natural disasters, that people sometimes leave their pets because they can't take them, or maybe they rush out and they aren't able to. And so it's heartwarming to see that there are efforts to save, to rescue these animals and reunify them with families. At the same time, it's also heartbreaking because many either perished in the fires or may never reunify with their families. So let's take a moment now again to do a moment of silence for the people and the other lives, including animals, that have sadly passed away from this devastating fire. And I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you join the Empowering family so that we can continue to share survivor stories and be a voice for the voiceless, missing persons, and others who need our support. With that, stay safe, stay thriving. Remember to trust your intuition and make sure to keep it empowering. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications. Thank you.